Hello everyone! Welcome to Can You Deal, the game show where you give me your grocery list and I find you a deal. I'm your host, Krista, and we are about to meet our next randomly selected contestant for today, my sister, Lindsay. Let's go. Lindsay, you are the next contestant on Can You Deal! I can't believe it! Do you have your list?
Yes I do, but there were a few things I was hoping that maybe you could pick up.
Okay. 6 feet, roll. Can you frisbee it to me? Close enough. Alright, I'm off to the grocery store. I'll be back with your deal.
Thank you, Deal Master!
Hello everyone, I'm Krista. Welcome to my channel. We are doing something a little different here this week, but if lifestyle content, vlogs, and just generally having fun is your thing too, then hit that subscribe button for new videos every Tuesday. You came for the game show, let's get down to business. Many of you have asked me to explain how I find such good deals, so hopefully this will be both informative and entertaining. I thought about just showing you how I shop, but I thought it would be more fun and even more realistic and probably a bigger challenge for me to shop from someone else's list. So here we are. Let's take a look at Lindsay's list. Actually, this is just a Safeway ad. So, here is Lindsay's list. You can see she has a lot of produce on here and also a couple more exotic items. Honestly, I was a little nervous when I got her list because there's just some things on here that I never buy, like cherry tomatoes, mushrooms, ugh. Also the gochujang sauce. I've never heard of that before. So I knew that this would be a bit of a stretch for me, but hopefully that makes it even more helpful to you. So let me take you through my process here. The first thing I do is look through the ads. I should mention that my go-to stores for grocery shopping are Safeway, Fred Meyer, and Costco, my favorite. I love that place. I usually go on my phone and look at Safeway and Fred Meyer's apps in order to see the ads, but for the purposes of this video, we're gonna use the good old newspaper. But in case you're interested, the Safeway and Fred Meyer apps are both really great. They're kind of great in different ways. Safeway, the best thing about it is their Just For You section. They have a bunch of coupons and deals that you can look through and just add them to your card with a click. Recently, they've been having these 50% off deals, and the thing that's really great about them is that they will be for like 50% off milk, or 50% off any yogurt, or 50% off peanut butter. So you can choose whatever brand and type you want, but you're still getting that huge discount. So that's kind of fun. Safeway has also been doing this thing called the Saturday Sampler, I think it is. So what I do each week is I type in free in the search bar, and then if they have anything in the Saturday Sampler, which is basically free stuff, it comes up like this, and you add it to your card, and then you go to the store and you get something for free. How fun is that? One other deal to look for besides your regular coupons on the Safeway app are the money off deals. So right now in my app, I have a $3 off 30 coupon. That one's kind of tricky for me to use, honestly, because usually I don't spend $30 in one trip, but I know that's not the case for a lot of people. So there you go, you just got 10% off by clicking a coupon. They have also left me coupons for, I think, 2 off $5, which is really usable and good. So always check for those special discounts and add them to your card for easy savings. The Fred Meyer app also has coupons, but I don't find that they're really as good as the Safeway ones. Where the Fred Meyer app super shines is they have a system where you can look up pretty much any product, any item that they carry in store, and you can find out how much it costs, if it's on sale, if there are any coupons currently for that product, And well, I guess that's it, but it's really great. It's just really awesome to be able to use the app and see if the product that you're looking for is available at the store, especially if it's something that might be hard to find. So for me, I looked up the poblano peppers because that's another thing that I had never bought before. And sure enough, they had them at Fred Meyer. I was able to see the price and see that it was less than it would be at Safeway. And so I knew that's where I was gonna get them. One last thing, the Fred Meyer app is also so good for curbside ordering and pickup. So if you don't wanna go into the store, it's super easy to just go through and look for whatever items you want, add them to your cart, and then free curbside pickup with, I think, a $35 purchase. So there you go, then you don't even have to go in the store. Okay, back to the ads. So the first thing that I did is I looked through the ads to see if there was anything on Lindsay's list that was on a super sale. And to be honest, this week, there wasn't a lot. That made it kind of difficult for me. But it's a good challenge to be able to show you what the average week would look like, even if you can't just automatically get the deals at your grocery store. One thing that was on sale this week that Lindsay was looking for was frozen spinach. So one tip that I have for you is if you are looking for deals in your ad, the best place to find them is pretty much on the front page. Like, I know there are deals throughout the ad, but I swear to you, some of the best ones, like the super steal deals, are gonna be right on the front page. Easy peasy. Okay, so that was easy, but what if none of the stores have a deal on the things that you're looking for? Then what do? This is where we get fancy. Spencer says that I have a superpower, which is being able to remember the price of any product that I see and also knowing which stores have the best price on certain items. I don't know if this is a superpower. I feel kind of silly, but it is super helpful. So what I do is I just keep a running list in my head of how much things cost and also where to get something for the lowest price if there are no sales. I also keep some numbers in my head of how much I want to spend on a product, like what is a good deal. For instance, Lindsay had apples on her list. Now in my mind, a good deal on apples is 99 cents per pound and a great deal is 88 cents per pound, which every once in a while they will have that at Fred Meyer. But since there were no sales on apples anywhere this week, I had to get crafty. Here's a little trick for you. At Fred Meyer, they have a section of apples called the lunchbox apples, and these apples are always priced at 99 cents per pound. Now, they are a little bit smaller than your regular apple. Well, probably like a lot smaller than your Costco size apple, but what can you do? It's Costco. But if you don't mind a little bit smaller apple, then it's a great way to save money. You can just buy more apples at a lower price per pound rather than spending more for the same apples. Anyways, I think that's a good trick. It doesn't bother me to have a smaller apple. It just means that I can have like 3 apples every day. Okay, they're not that small. Maybe like 2 apples or something. The other way that remembering prices served me this week was when it came to Lindsay's request for heavy cream. So in my mind, I knew that the only place that you can get heavy cream for a better deal than Fred Meyer is Costco. And that's if you want to buy like a giant container of heavy cream. Most people don't have the need for that much heavy cream at once, although I have used it and it's been great. But Lindsay asked for just a pint, and so I knew just off the top of my head that Fred Meyer always has way better prices on cream than Safeway or anywhere else. So I went straight to Fred Meyer, got the cream for $1.99. Another tip that I have for you is for when you're looking to buy staple items like milk, eggs, bread, cheese, canned goods, and that is when they are not on sale, you may want to wait a week to buy them. These items go on really good sales pretty often. I feel like every other week, something like that. So if there's something that you want but it's not on sale that week and you can afford to wait a couple days until the next ad comes out, you might wait and see if you can get it for really, really cheap. For example, Lindsay had milk on her list, and this week there were no deals on milk. So that makes the price for them at Safeway, it's $1.99. At Fred Meyer, it's $2.39. But in my mind, I know 99 cents for milk is a good deal, and it's not that hard to come by. So I decided to wait a couple days and see if the price would come down with the next sale, I guess. And guess what? It did! So I was able to get that milk for way cheaper than I would have if I had just bought it at store price. And that makes me happy. Another thing to think about is when things do go on sale like this, don't just buy one carton of eggs because that's gonna last you like a week. And then you are gonna want more eggs, but they're not gonna be on sale. Don't be afraid to stock up on things when things that you know that you will use consistently go on sale. Let's talk Costco, my favorite place. I mean, what's not to love? There's deals, there's delicious things, there's samples, usually. Hopefully someday samples will be back. Anyways, they have such good deals on so many things, and they have a fantastic produce section. One of my friends who works at Costco once told me that they have like crazy standards for what kind of produce they will put out on the floor. And I can't remember exactly what he said, but basically there's lots of checkpoints that the produce has to go through in order for Costco to sell it. So that's one thing that makes me feel really good about shopping there, because you know that they are only offering the highest quality stuff. And if something that you bought wasn't great, like one time, this has only happened to me once, but one time I bought avocados from Costco in a 5-pack. And when I got them home, I was opening them up and all 5 of them were brown inside. So I took them back and Costco gave me my money back. It was no problem. And that's why they're the best. All this to say, if you need something but you're not sure where the best deal on it would be, Costco might be your best bet. For Lindsay, I ended up buying the cherry tomatoes, the mushrooms, Brussels sprouts there. They were really good prices and you get a large quantity, so that's awesome. Who doesn't love that? That is something that's good to keep in mind though, because if you know that you're not going to be able to get through this bulk package of food before it goes bad, then it's not worth shopping, right? This has never been an issue for me. Like even when I lived by myself, I never had a problem making it through a 12-pack of apples before they went bad. Maybe that tells you how good Costco's quality is. But yeah, if you know yourself and you know that you will not be able to make good use of food in bulk quantities, then just remember that when you're shopping at Costco. It is really fun to shop there though, because like, there's anything you could want. It's also dangerous. When I was there, I got underwear, I got pizza for get this, you guys. I found pizza, a 4-pack of margarita frozen pizzas, and it was $4.97 for 4 full-size pizzas. I love Costco. Okay. But one thing that I do want to say is that just because it's Costco and they're awesome doesn't mean that they always have the best deals on everything. For example, Lindsay had grapes on her list, and when I was at Costco, I checked their grapes, and I think they were $2.64 a pound or something. But I knew that even though Safeway didn't have the best price ever on them, they were selling them for $1.99 a pound. Now that may not seem like a very big difference in price. I mean, it's not, but if you're already going to Safeway anyways, you might as well save yourself a couple bucks and get them there. One more thing I checked at Costco was the cheese section, because Lindsay had Jarlsberg or Gruyere cheese on her list, and Costco has a great cheese section. The fresh mozzarella, so good. They did have Jarlsberg. It was $5.55 per pound. The issue was they only had really big chunks of it. And Lindsay had asked me to find something that would shred to about a cup. Well, this big chunk was going to shred to like a lot more than that. So I had to make the decision in the moment. Do I get the cheaper priced Costco cheese, or do I venture out somewhere else? And in that moment, I decided to venture to Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is so much fun. They have such cute packaging, such interesting products. It's just, the atmosphere is happy in there. It's not always the best deal, but they do have a really fun cheese section. So I ventured in, I found the cheese. They did have Jarlsberg, and it was $6.99 a pound, which is a bit more than the Costco price. But they had the smaller chunks, and so I could actually get the amount that Lindsay wanted. Now, if it were me and I needed Jarlsberg, I would probably weigh in the store like, can I use more of this for something else? Could I freeze part of this cheese so it doesn't go bad and then I can use it later on? You know, these are things that go through my head, and then I could buy the bulk cheese to get the lower price. But sometimes it's just fun to go to Trader Joe's. And that's something that you have to weigh when you're grocery shopping too. I personally love getting a great deal, but that's not all that it's about. Sometimes it's worth it to go to Trader Joe's and look at the fun wines. You have to weigh if the experience outweighs the price, you know? Speaking of going to specialty stores for fun, I also went to Wachijimaya's. Look, I had to get the gochujang sauce from somewhere. Wachijimaya's is so much fun. It is an Asian grocery store, but I think technically Japanese? The name is Japanese. They have an assortment of all different kinds of foods, but it's so much fun to go there for inspiration. If you need to switch up your dinner that you're cooking, like, you will get so much inspiration walking around at Wachijimaya's. Anyways, let me tell you about the Napa cabbage. Oh, the Napa cabbage. I've never been so stressed out in my entire life. Cabbage is not usually an expensive thing, right? Like, I feel like in the summer you can get cabbage for like 59 cents a pound, or if you have a farmer's market near you, like I go to Carpenito Brothers, they'll have it like giant cabbages for $1. So when I think of cabbage, I'm like, it's cheap, right? Apparently Napa cabbage is not. So I did my thing, I looked around for pricing at different stores on the apps, and I figured out that the best deal was Safeway that had it for $1.79 per pound. When I was at Safeway, I checked out the cabbages. They only had like 3 and they didn't look very good, but I was like, well, this is what we got. So I go to check out, and you guys, the cabbage was $4.50. For a relatively small cabbage. I was like, I was floored. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Nope. So I actually asked the cashier to take the cabbage off for me, and she did. It wasn't a big deal at all. So that's another tip that I have for you. If you get up to checkout and something that you bought rings up way more expensive than you expected, or you just got the wrong thing, don't be afraid to ask the cashier to take it off. It's not a big deal. Anyways, after that, I still had to find the cabbage, but hopefully for less than $4, right? So I thought I would look at Wachijimaya's, and sure enough, they had it. They had it a little bit cheaper than Safeway. It was $1.49 per pound, but their cabbages looked way better there. They had way more selection. So even though it wasn't that much cheaper in the long run, I think it was still worth it. If you're gonna spend that much on a cabbage, it better at least be not wilting. Anyways, that's the tale of the cabbage. That's still my biggest game show fail, I think. I can't deal with that expensive of a cabbage. It hurts my bargain shopper heart. Another simple tip that I have for you guys is keep an eye out for red tags and clearance stickers. At Safeway, 50% off clearance used to be marked by a little orange sticker that they would put right on the product. But now it looks like they're doing, at least at my store, they're doing these red tags that are right next to the price sticker. You can't miss them, they're bright red. Anyways, as I was shopping down Lindsay's list, I looked at the refrigerated pie crusts, and I knew that Fred Meyer had them for the cheapest. But while I was at Safeway, I was walking down the frozen aisle, and I saw these pie crusts that looked real good. And they were marked with one of those red tags. They were on clearance for $1.59 for a 2-pack of nice deep dish pie crusts. So I was super excited about that. I gave Lindsay a quick call to see if it would matter if she got a frozen one versus a refrigerated one, and she said it was fine. So that was a good deal. It's always nice to find stuff on clearance, so keep an eye out for those. One last tip so you cannot make the mistake that I made this week: the eggs. So remember how I said that usually the best deals in your whole ad are gonna be right on the front page? Case in point. You guys, look at this eggs deal. I was so excited. So this deal is for 99 cents for an 18 count pack of eggs. Now, usually my go-to like buy this item price for eggs is 99 cents for a dozen. I've actually never seen an 18 pack for 99 cents. So I was really excited about that. It's the little things. This deal is one where you have to go in your app and add it to your card. So I go to Fred Meyer, I got 3 boxes of eggs because, you know, stock up. And I checked out, and it wasn't until I got home, I looked at my receipt, and instead of paying 99 cents for each of those eggs, I had forgotten to load the coupon to my card, and I had paid $1.49 each. Now I know that actually $1.49 is a really good price for an 18 count egg, but when you are expecting 99 cents, you know me, I love a deal and I couldn't take it. Since I was gonna be going back to the store for something else anyways, I just went to customer service, showed them my receipt, and they were able to give me a refund of the money that I missed from not having the coupon. It was super easy and not a big deal at all again. In the end, it all worked out. But my tip for you is to use self-checkout if you can, and then go ahead and check the prices of the items that you're buying while you're scanning them. Self-checkout just makes it super easy to see what each item is costing. And if you pay attention, then you don't have to go back and embarrassing yourself by asking for $1.50 back on your eggs. Another thing that I sometimes do and I find really helpful, especially if I have like a big deal that I'm doing with coupons and, you know, something that's more complicated, is I will look at my basket or cart before I check out, and I'll do a quick mental math estimation of what everything should cost. So if I look at my card and I'm like, oh, this should be about $10, and then I check out and it's $15, then I know that one of my coupons didn't come off, or something cost more than I expected it to, or maybe I got the wrong item. Anyways, it's just a good thing to keep in mind so that you make sure that you are actually getting the deals that you worked so hard to plan and get. And those are my tips for you on how to get a deal when grocery shopping. If you learned something new, then give this video a big thumbs up, and let me know down in the comments if you would be interested in a part 2. The things that I shared today are my most basic tips for how to save money on groceries. I think it was really good to do it with Lindsay's list because it gives you a more realistic picture of what you can expect to save in an average week. But my favorite thing to do is to shop in a way where I am paying the bare minimum for the things that we need and the things that we use around the house. Anyways, if you would like to hear more about that, I have so many more tips for you and a lot more in-depth ones, so let me know down below. Okay, we gotta get these groceries to Lindsay and finish the game show, so let's go. Here to deliver the groceries.
You've been grocery! Oh, how exciting! Thank you for coming.
All right, so let's see how we did. The first item, Lindsay, how much do you think a half gallon of milk costs?
I'm gonna guess $1.50.
Not bad, not bad at all. Today we paid 99 cents.
Whoa, that's amazing.
Item number 2, a bag of frozen spinach.
I have never bought a bag of frozen spinach before, but I will guess it is $7.
I thought she was gonna be really close.
Organic.
Oh, organic.
Just kidding.
Well, I didn't get organic, but it was, are you ready? 79 cents.
Oh my gosh! I really can't live without you.
Let's do one more. Item number 3. How much do you think a 2-pack of deep dish pie crust costs?
Let's say $5.
And it rang in at $1.59.
Oh my gosh, I've been scammed my entire life.
Well, you haven't actually paid $5, have you?
I don't think so, I just have no idea.
Yeah. And now for the bonus round. How much do you think all of your groceries cost together?
$89.
Lindsay, are you ready? Today, your grand total for your groceries was $75.13.
Holy cow! Oh my gosh, that's fantastic!
And that's what you get when you play Can You Deal?
I sure can! Yes!
So, Lindsay, some of your guests were pretty wild out there. Did you prepare much for the game show before you came on it?
Not exactly.
Well, why not? It's quarantine. What else do you have to do?
Well, I am a doctor.
Oh, well, that's a reasonable excuse, I suppose.